All right, Larry Krueger from the Pig in a Pickle Krug Show here at Levi Stadium for training camp practice day number 17. Let's talk a little bit about everything that happened today in Ninerland for the Niners. First of all, John Lynch went on KMBR this morning, and he talked about Brandon Aiyuk and Trent Williams. He said, we want them both here. He also said, hey, other teams, would love to have our problems. And the reality of the Niners situation with Trent Williams and Brandon Aiyuk is that the Niners have 23% of the NFL's top 30 players on their roster. And that's pretty much the entire issue right there. They have too many good players, and it's hard to squeeze them in. As far as is there bad? He was asked if there's bad blood, between Kyle Shanahan and Brandon Aiyuk, or the 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk. And he, assured everybody that there really is no bad blood, that this is just the nature of negotiations. And then he just the whole idea of free agency in the NFL is you just can't sign everybody. So you got to prioritize who you want to sign. And it's just been a really tough negotiation because the Niners are a loaded team, and this is a great player. He wants his money. It's a tight squeeze. You got Purdy's free agency looming. I think all these factors are major factors. But no new news yet on Brandon Aiyuk or Trent Williams. Williams continues to hold out. Aiyuk continues to hold in. Aiyuk was at practice for the third day in a row, but still not playing. Now, we did see I watched some of the defensive line, offensive line one-on-ones, and those are always fun to watch. I thought Pooney beat Malik Collins on one of the reps. I thought Kingston beat Kevin Givens on one of the reps. Evan Anderson beat Gutierrez on a rep. Elliott beat Jake Brendel on a rep. Robert Beal beat Chris Hubbard badly on one rep. Anderson beat Nugent on a rep. Kingston beat Shaquille Brown on a rep. I think overall, though, if I was saying, watching the entire group, I would say Nugent, Drake Nugent, Shaquille Brown really struggled in the one-on-ones. And Pooney, Kingston, Evan Anderson, and Elliott, Jordan Elliott, all looked really good in the one-on-one drills, for sure. Then we got into the team drills. J.P. Mason had a really nice run. I thought Cody Schrader had a number of really nice runs. Keyshawn Vaughn ran the ball well today. So, and then we also saw, I think Schrader's really coming on. The Niner linebackers are playing well too. Curtis Robinson looks good. Tatum Bethune keeps showing up at the football. And you see it once. He led the Niners in tackles in the game with 8. You see him, lead the Niners in tackles, and you think, wow, was it accidental? Then you go to practice and you realize this guy keeps showing up around the football. So, does he have the greatest measurables? No. He's a little too slow, according to the measurables. He's a little too unexplosive. But all he did was pile up huge tackle totals at Florida State. And if you watch him on the practice field, he shows up at the football. In the drills, he wins. He's a hitter. He's a player, man. He's a player. I don't know if he'll run fast enough to stay on the field for 3 downs. I don't know if he's a 3-down linebacker in the NFL, but he's a first and second down linebacker for sure. So I'm really impressed by Tatum Bethune. He nearly had an interception today at practice of a ball that was thrown by Tanner Mordecai, and Bethune broke on it and just dropped it. So he looked good. The other guy who looks really good today was Jacob Cowing. Josh Dobbs had a 25-yard pass play in the middle of the field to Cowing. Cowing came out in that first day and was fantastic, and then had the hamstring pull and was down for a few days, and then came back and looked kind of unsure of himself, but man, he looked good today. He was making catches all over the field. I asked Shanahan about him after practice, and he said he's eager to look at the practice film because he thinks that Cowing had overall a really good day. Tay Martin had another good day. Aaron Banks, by the way, has a broken pinky, and he will not play this week, but he is expected to go against the Jets in week 1. There is a internet rumor, Pretty Ricky 213 has reported that the 49ers have upped their offer to Brandon Aiyuk to $30 million per year. We have no confirmation from that from anybody with the Niners. John Lynch says we do feel the urgency to have Brandon Aiyuk, so they want to get it done. Aiyuk, as I said, was at practice today, but not participating. Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw both attended practice today and rooted on their teammates, both guys rehabbing injuries. Kyle said, "We are tired of hitting each other, and they want to hit another team besides themselves, so they're eager to play the Saints this weekend." And as I said, Aaron Banks is going to have surgery on that pinky finger. They're saying he is going to be ready for week 1 in the New York Jets. Some of the practice highlights today: Tay Martin made a really nice catch on a ball from Brandon Allen. Tatum Bethune, as I said, had the near interception of Tanner Mordecai and was around the ball all day. Demo Lenore had a big hit on J.P. Mason. Cowing had a fantastic 30-yard catch, 25-yard catch on a ball down the middle from Dobbs. Cody Schrader had multiple really nice runs. Jair Brown had a big hit. There was no Nick Bosa at practice today. Kyle said that about Ricky Pearsall, that he hopes that Ricky Pearsall will be ready for week 1, but that's as far as he would go. He just says, he doesn't know if Pearsall will be ready for week 1, but he hopes he's out there. Kyle said that, Aiyuk's got a back injury, and that's why he's, not on the field. But I think obviously that's wink, wink on that. And then Kyle said he was impressed by the rookie class, but hopes he doesn't need to use them a whole lot. And, you look at these guys: Pearsall, Mustafa, Bethune, Kingston, Cowing, Renardo Green, Dominic Pooney. This does look like it could be an outstanding rookie class, and a number of these guys could wind up playing. And by the way, one other note: Talanoa Hufanga did have a good meeting with the doctors and the trainers, and he has been cleared to start beginning more aggressive football activities. So Hufanga is hoping to get back for week 1 against the Jets, and you can tell he's chomping at the bit to get back and get on the field. He's eager to get out there. And then we had a chance to talk to Kyle Shanahan a little bit after practice, and Kyle is, feels like they're getting things done, but they're just bored. They're bored. He mentioned how him and Mick Lombardi, are going every day. Seems like the same day when you're in training camp, and it's just they're ready for the monotony of training camp to be over and for the season to be upon us, and we're almost there. You get the preseason game Sunday against the Saints, and then you're heading into the final week of the preseason. That final game will be mostly for the guys who are on the bubble. Most of the players who are going to be on this team will not play in that third and final preseason game, and it will just be for 4 or 5 competitions for a couple roster spots in that final game, and then it's the final cut down on the 27th of August, and then of course the Jets in week 1 just around the corner. So there you go. That's a wrap on the recap from Santa Clara for today. Thanks for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.